Coach, just how do you treat Sunday? Like, is it a game? Is it an exhibition? What are you looking to get out of it?
No, I think we were looking to see how many guys we can get with sustained effort. Obviously, you would expect your older guys to be able to go out and play through cardio fatigue more. I think the young guys will be a little bit anxious. I think we're all ready to play outside competition, but hoping to see that we can do some of the things, do a lot of things that we practice, but we'll play hard because we know Michigan State's going to play hard. I think they have an exhibition tonight, and then from there we'll go out and we want to give everybody a look. But we're going to, from our point of view, we want to execute. Every time you go out, you want to win a basketball game, whether it's an exhibition game or not. But we want to see the effort and concentration that we're trying to build to.
I know you're more worried about your own team, but how important is it in a setting like this to practice going through a scout and following a scout for an opponent?
Well, again, that's why we do it. Even if it were a non-televised game like it was a year ago, a close scrimmage, that's why we do this. And we'll have a dry run through all of it. Last Saturday, we tried to do what a pre-game warm-up would be like for each team. And we obviously did that, and we played 40 minutes, and that's the first time we've gone 40 minutes all year. But it's part of that too. You know, we've got our two games right here, our two exhibition games, where we treat them as their regular season game from our scout through personnel, everything, to see if we can get the concentration that we're looking for and, from the beginning, and let them understand how important it is to pay attention to what the coaches are doing to try to help them be ready for what they're going to see.
Health-wise, you know who won't play, who won't be available?
Santi won't. You know, his grandmother's not doing well. He's going to leave tomorrow to go back home, and she's very, very ill right now, and he'd like to be with his family, so he's leaving tomorrow to go back to Uruguay. And I think we won't know with Zakai until probably Saturday when we get through practice, and you know, when he's been fully cleared, and you know, he's starting to do more in practice. You know, yesterday he pretty much went through the majority of practice yesterday. I think he'll do a lot today in the scrimmage when we get going today, and but that will be determined sometime probably Saturday, to be quite frank, and how he does there. But regardless, I think that, you know, with our new guys, it's going to be a great experience for them. I mean, when you're talking about Santi and Sakai, you're talking about two guys that are elite defenders, two guys that know what we want, two guys that bring speed to the court when they're there. They change the court, but you know, we know last year, I mean, when Zakai got hurt, the one thing we wanted to do is get our depth right so we can deal with situations like this that we're in. That it's going to give those guys probably a chance to play more than they're ready for. If those guys don't play, because I don't think they're ready to play 4 minutes all out on both ends yet. And the younger guys here, they're not. But getting it on film and letting them see it probably grab their attention probably as much as I try to show them every day with film and everything. Games are different, but we'll see. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited for our young guys to see how they respond to it.
How different of an exhibition is this in terms of you're going out in a road game, pretty good arena, pretty good environment? Is that different than I guess you usually experience this time of year?
Yeah, it is. But you know what? I like it. I'd like to think with where we're going in college basketball right now, I do think that it's just a matter of time before our league goes to 20 conference games. And every time you hear that, everybody says, well, you lose the chance to play these intersectional games and whatever. That's why I've always believed that we should be allowed to play 2 exhibition games in front of an arena to get all that going. It'll help us. I mean, what you're saying, Mike, it's going to be different because last year when we did this game, there was nobody in the building, and it's different as when it's there. I think everybody is excited when people are in the stands watching the games, and you know, you really don't know what you're doing. Like when we scrimmage ourselves, there's no subs. You know, as much as we want our guys to fight fatigue and get through it, it's hard because, you know, we've had a couple scrimmages now where we literally had a sub that we've had to move back on both teams, and it's really hard to get the guys at that level. So the exhibition games are good. Plus, I think it would be great for referees. I think referees need to be in games like that, as opposed to, you know, we'll have referees here today, and it's not the same as when you're going to go outside competition. So moving forward, and you know, if you have a calls like we're playing for this year with the Maui Classic and the doing this for the Maui Fund. I think that, and I appreciate what Michigan State's done, because I know their fan base, they love their basketball team, their basketball program, and Tom, and he jumped on it right away. I mean, he thought it was a great idea, and with it being on the Big Ten Network, and I know they're going to do a great production. They're going to do different things throughout the game. He and I are going to talk, I guess, during the game at some point, and it's going to be a different kind of production, which all that stuff's going to be good for TV going forward. And I like the exhibition games, and I've always thought that we need a couple of those, and we, especially in college basketball, if you think about it, if everybody decided we want to help one cause, whatever it may be, if everybody could play 2 exhibition games and the funds could go towards something like that, I think it would be great, and not only for the teams, but for officials and for college basketball in general.
So you and Tom Izzo are going to talk, like mic'd up during the game?
I think we're going to be mic'd up, and it's kind of what we did with Gonzaga. Remember a year ago, I think Fran interviewed me a little bit during the game. I think it's going to be the same kind of deal like that, where they're going to do some different things. And honestly, when they called to ask, I just simply said, hey, if Tom wants to do it, I'm all for it, because I've got so much respect for him and the kind of person he is, and the way he's built this program, and the way he's sustained this program, and he's been a model of what coaching should be about. And again, we're going to go play it like we're going to go. We're not going up there just to say we're going to play back. We're going to go up, try to play the best we can play, and try to win a basketball game. And I know his team's going to do the same thing. But we both know we've got things we've got to see and get done. But I know both teams are going to play extremely hard.
Added some offensive personnel to the roster, good offensive players this offseason. How do you balance letting them play through defensive mistakes and learn defensively while kind of still keeping that defensive identity?
Well, I think there's some mistakes you can't make. One of them is lack of effort. That's not going to be tolerated, and most guys can, if they just play hard, they can fight through. And we've got enough guys on our team that we talked about fix-it guys. We've got some guys that they can't be fixing it for the same guy every time. And in most situations, when guys are being pulled out for defensive purposes because we think it's a lack of effort or a lack of concentration, they're doing the things they need to do. One, we respect the fact the other team's trying to score and they're good at what they're doing, but we just want to see the effort of guys trying to stay in front of the ball, fight through screens, and not dying on screens. But I like for them to think that if they will get lost on the defensive end, they'll become an even better offensive player.
Coach, the two
from DJ the last couple of weeks since Etown was away from the team there for.
He's back, and he's in practice now. But again, he knows he's got work to do, and we want to see him again. Back to the previous question, his whole progress has to be made on the defensive end. I mean, he's got things he's got to get better there. If he does that, he can help us.
Last question over here on the right.
Coach, is it too early to tell if the 2 freshman bigs can help you? You know what your rotation will look like. Can JP and Cade play yet, or are you finding that out?
I do think the 2 freshman bigs will play. JP had his best practice 2 days ago. First time that I would say that he played with the older guys, and really had a good day, and we complimented him on him. And like most freshmen, he came back yesterday and was just okay. Thought after one good day it's going to be that easy the next day. But we talked about Cade and what he's done. I mean, he's got a really good feel for the game. He knows, and I've said before, I've been impressed with him, with the fact he missed the summer and really our trip and everything. But since we've gotten back, he's worked really hard. And we still need Tobe and Jonas. Those guys they're important. And I would like to. I don't think there's going to be any secret. People are going to hug up to our shooters and make us throw it inside and see if those guys can deliver for us, and hopefully they can.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.